Hi everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I'm Spike Spencer, your resident host, cook, chefy guy, and this is my kitchen, and today we are working on scrambled eggs. I'm going to talk a lot about scrambled eggs. We're going to make a lot of scrambled eggs, and I'm going to show you some secrets that maybe you didn't know. Eggs are one of those things that I get so very often, and they're overcooked. Most people know about eggs as, yes, overcooked. I'm going to show you why that is. I'm going to show you how to get really good scrambled eggs. Now, I've done another video called Easy Eggs 5 Ways Fast. I've done a French omelet. I've done some other things. And this one, I want to focus just on scrambled eggs. I had a recipe for the best damn scrambled eggs in my book, Food Game. It's a dating cookbook that I wrote years ago, and I put this one, and I'm gonna show you that one as well as a few other options. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to cook one. I'm just going to overcook it. That's really it. So the first thing, you got to scramble your eggs. Now, whenever you crack your eggs, you want to crack it off to the side, not on the edge of the bowl or the edge of the pan. If you do that, you can get little bits of egg. And you know how sucky it is when you get these beautiful, luscious scrambled eggs, and then you go, you're like, ah, it's horrible. It's terrible. You might need therapy. So I'm going to take this egg and I'm going to beat the crap out of it. Now I'm using butter. I use butter for all my eggs. The basis is butter. That's what I'm going to use now. But I'm going to overdo it. Watch what happens. We're going to reuse this bowl because, like I said, we're going to be making a lot of scrambled eggs here. So now in a diner setting, usually you'll see they're going to be having a big griddle. Okay, so they may not have a pan like this, and they'll have a lot going on. They'll throw a whole bunch of it on there, and they'll move it around a little bit. And they come out either like if you go to McDonald's, which is probably just, it's out of a carton, God knows what it is. But it's got that kind of flipped over thing, and it's kind of leathery and not a lot of flavor. That's what happens here is if they don't give it enough movement. That's the trick for scrambled eggs, is keeping things moving. And I'll show you a little bit of that. But see how it's already kind of bunched up like that? So I say, I will just flip it over here and there and just let it go. So I've already not paid attention to it. See how it's already flippy flappy? Yes, that is a term, flippy flappy. And so I need to move it a little more. I'll move it a little bit more. Like that. Okay. Now that would already be done, but that's not where they stop. They keep going. There. That. See how unappealing that is? Does that? Can you? So this is. It's more firm than anything. I mean, this isn't even as bad as I've seen, but how it's got this leathery quality. Almost. So it's not creamy. It's not, yeah, my kids would be fine with this. Me, I'd be like, I don't want it. So I'm going to throw that away. And there it goes. Right in the trash. That's where that's going, pal. In the trash. Now let me show you simple scrambled eggs, which, like I said, I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it to you again right here. A couple of little tricks. So the first thing is, let's take one scrambled egg. I'll just do one and I'll show you. The trick is, like I say, keep it moving. Now, I've done it where on my other show, I just threw it in the pan and went with it because I said, hey, you're a dad, you got things to do. If you put it in the pan and you start moving it around, you can still do fine. But it's that movement that really makes the egg creamy. Plus, one little trick is take a little bit of water, just a couple of drops. Whoop, that's a little too much, but that's fine. A little bit of water in here, and I learned this trick years ago. With a little bit of water, it helps actually steam the egg a little more. Okay, so that helps to fluff it up a bit. Now we put the egg in here. Make sure we get all that egg off of there. Okay, so it's already sizzling, right? I need to move it, move. I want to move. I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. She likes to move it. So I'm moving around a lot. I don't want it to get that lit. I'm done. That's done. See how there's a little bit of runny stuff here? I want it to be a little bit bavous, as they would say. And I can flip it over. Now that has just enough, okay? It's done. Now this is a little more done than I normally would, but I want to make sure the egg will continue to cook while it's here. So if there's a little bit of slime in there, or bavous, which is actually French for snot, this is a decent scrambled egg. It's got the creaminess to it, and I like to finish it with a little bit of olive oil, a little salt and pepper, maybe some parsley or whatever. But one of the things I'm really enjoying is to finish it off with some salt that is interesting. For example, this is black Hawaiian sea salt. So you hit a little bit of that, and you get this delightful crunch. This, you take a bite, and there's this salty crunch that is really, really nice. Okay, so that's one way. Now, another way that one of the chefs that I was working with in my class in Australia, he did something interesting that I hadn't seen before. He would take the eggs, and he said, you know, whisk the crap out of them. That was his thing. He's just like, whisk, 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 whisk. I thought it was overkill personally, but that's just me. So it was whisk, 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 whisk. Okay. Now when I think I'm done whisking the eggs, cool. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm good, that's fine. He's, no, keep going. Okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, and that's what he would do. So then we take a little butter, more butter. And this is the interesting way he did it. I'm turning this down a little bit, it's a little hot. He would add the eggs, but not all of them. Okay, start moving them. Great. See how we're getting some nice texture here. Excellent. So you want to be careful of your temperature. The higher the temperature, the faster they cook. You'll see me reference this in the French omelet episode. Okay, so now this is starting to get bavous, right? See how it is, bavous? He adds the rest of the egg now. What? I know! I thought that was interesting. So now, we finish it off, and there's a little bit extra creamy there. Neat little tip, huh? Okay, I turn the heat down a little bit so it's going nicely. And now, ooh, look at those eggs. That is where I'd finish here. So that's one trick for some of the best scrambled eggs ever. Nice. Finish it with some fun salt. Let's try this. This was Hawaiian bamboo salt. You know, and you can also sprinkle other ones on there, but there's that one. Okay, so that, by adding the eggs at the end, a little bit at the end there, it gives it a little extra creaminess texture, right? Fabulous. I love it. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, another thing you can do, so I'll just use one egg on this one. No. Oh, and the cool thing is if you break the egg and some of the shell goes down, use the shell to scoop it up. It's like a magnet. It's freaky. I know, right? The things you learn on Spike Spencer's show. It's crazy. Okay, so this one. Now, people say, well, maybe I want to add some stuff. Sure, you can do that. Let's say you want to add some creaminess to it. Some people will add creme fraiche. You could add yogurt, sour cream, milk, whatever you want. I am going to add just a little. The heavy whipping cream is going to give it that really nice texture of creaminess. I guess that overused word, unctuousness, I guess, something like that. That's my big word. And that is cold coffee. All right, let's get this egg in here and get it working. I got a couple more things to show you that are fun. All right, so now, just like I did before, we're gonna add the egg and get it cooking. And then, at that spot where I told you, once you get it to that area where it's kind of loose, then you will add Your next ingredient could be also feta cheese, some other kind of goat cheese, something along that line. That will give you some seriously creamy eggs. So this is getting there. I'm going to add a little touch. Heavy cream right there. And now start mixing it. Now you could add the heavy cream at the beginning as well. Just kind of play with that and see how it does for your texture and see what you think. Because that cooled it down a little bit. So now raise that temperature up a little bit. Let me keep moving. There are some recipes, now I haven't really tried them yet, but I saw Jacques Pepin do it. I've seen some other things like in Japanese eggs, where they leave those eggs like really runny. I'm still kind of on the fence with that, where it looks like, I mean, it's like that. Where it's like, but it's cooked through. So it's a very interesting texture. I haven't really gotten into that too much. So that's something you can do on your own. Play, have fun. So here we go. We've got really nice, really creamy eggs. There we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's lovely. Okay, so this has cream. You know what? You could put, I got this great truffle salt. That would be perfect here. A little bit of truffle salt on top. And you will be good to go. And again, you could also, at that point, right near the end, add some cold butter to it. That's another way to go with it that I think you might like. So there we have that one. Truffle eggs. Two more. I have one at the end that is going to blow your mind. This is really the best damn eggs ever. But I'm going to switch over to this right now. So this is the one straight from my cookbook. And I didn't go the full time with you here because I didn't want to take the time to mess with it. But this is onion, tomato, and a little garlic with butter. And I slow cook them down to where they are just really, there's no crunch to them anymore. It is just wonderful umami depth of flavor. Now I would take, so let's say I have one egg on this one. I would add a little bit of, you know what, I would go ahead and add the cream on this one. I want a little bit of something. Now, as far as adding salt and pepper beforehand, some people do, some people don't. That's up to you. I prefer not to. I prefer to wait. Okay, now that is done. It's cooking, but I'm going to add a little more butter. So I want to see it. I want to add a little bit more. I want to have a nice depth of flavor, and I really want a good mouthfeel on this. You want the creaminess of eggs. I think that's where people go wrong a lot with their eggs, is you lose that creaminess. You lose that lovely texture. All right, so this is now moving around. All right, so just so you can see it, that is the onions and tomato and garlic. Fabulous. So there, let's bring on that egg. Get down with your bad self. And again, this, I would keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. This is directly from my show. This is directly from my book, Food Game. And like I say, it's not the prettiest. That's why you spruce it up at the end. But the flavors in this just pop. And one thing that I would change now, and I have this recipe on one of my other shows, it's oven roasted tomatoes. It adds a depth of flavor that is absolutely phenomenal. And I would use that. You could kind of dabble with sun-dried tomatoes, which is one of my favorites, but the oven roasted tomatoes are not as tough as sun-dried tomatoes. And so this will come out creamy. There it is. This will come out creamy and lovely. Oh, look at that. This one I would definitely hit it with some parsley, and I would put a little olive oil around it. I do like hitting it with the darker sea salt. Give it a little crunch to it. And there you go. That is what I used to call the best damn eggs ever. Pretty good. Okay, that is awesome. Now I'm going to show you a trick. And this actually, I think Tim Ferriss in the 4-Hour Chef This is what's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, no way. No way. I said, no, you've got to be kidding. So let's say you have 2 eggs. There we go. We got our 2 eggs. 1 egg, 2 egg. That's a big egg. The chicken must have went back. Oh. 3rd egg. Third egg, you only use the yolk. So now you got 2 eggs and a yolk. You want to talk about adding a layer of depth and flavor. Whew, it is absolutely phenomenal. I love this hack, I guess you could say. You could add a little bit of water if you wanted to steam it, or you could even add a little cream, whatever you want to if you want to make it even depthier. But you're not going to have to. The level, the depth on these eggs is, it's nuts. I'm telling you. 1 egg and a yolk, woo, even butterier, man. It's crazy. So this one, I definitely do not want to overdo. You don't want to overcook it at all. No freaking way. All right, let's get that moving all around. Keep it moving, keep it moving. As I used to say, stick and move, stick and move. Get the chicken, Rock! For those of you that understand Rocky 2, you get it. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, you think I'm completely nuts, I am. Okay. This is some serious yummy egg right here. So we're going to keep it moving. We're almost there. So adding that extra egg yolk, man, I can't even explain how, well, you know what an egg yolk is. I mean, you know how amazingly tasty and the depth of umami flavoring in an egg yolk. So that you're adding, so you're not adding any dairy. So if you want somebody to say, well, I really want something special with my eggs, do that. You don't have to do anything else and leave it at that. And they'll just like, what did you do to this egg? You go, nothing. I didn't do nothing else. There we go. And we are done. That is cooked exactly where I want it. It's still got a little bit of that bavous, that richness that I absolutely love. And it will cook a little bit more on the plate. But if you see, it's got an extra level of yellow here. Okay, look at how yellow that is. That depth of yellow on that is excellent. And if you add, I'm going to add a little truffle salt right here. Yes. Maybe hit it with a little parsley. Bam. And that is it. That is beautiful right there. So there you have it. There are some great egg ideas for you. Play around with it a little bit. Save some egg to the side. Add a little butter near the end. Add a little creme fraiche, yogurt, whatever you want. Play with it. The main thing to remember is for your scrambled eggs, keep them moving until you got them exactly how you want them, and then you'll be great. Actually, get them right before exactly how you want them because they will continue to cook a little bit. And you will have some of the creamiest eggs, best damn eggs ever. I hope this helped you. I've got some other recipes. See these videos that I've got up here and here. Right, watch them now, check them out, and you'll learn a lot more about eggs. So I hope you had a good time. This has been Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer. Let's eat.